The views and opinions expressed by guests on the TWBC podcast are solely those of the guest and do not necessarily reflect the views of, nor constitute an endorsement by the host, TWBC, or the advertisers.
National championships, Confederation championships, World championships, major professional events. For over 3 decades, he has been there for many of the sport's greatest moments. And now he brings you even closer to the movers and shakers in the world of high-echelon tournament water skiing. From the founder and creator of the Water Ski Broadcasting Company comes the TWBC Podcast. And now here's your host, Tony Lightfoot.
Well, greetings one and all, and welcome to this latest edition of the TWBC Podcast. My name is the aforementioned Tony Lightfoot. Glad to have you on board. Recording this podcast from Sunset Lakes, the home of international tournament skiing, Jack Travers Ski School, whatever you wanted to call it. And a lot of people here are preparing for the World Championships, and one of those folks that is preparing for the World Championships represents Chile. His name is Martin Labra. How you doing?
Hello, Tony. Hello, everyone. I'm feeling pretty good, pretty confident for Open Worlds.
Excellent stuff. Now, you come into this event having scored some world titles already this season. Tell us more about those.
Back in August, we went to under 17 and under 21 Worlds. I won tricks and overall in under 17, and I finished second in tricks in under 21.
Oh, excellent stuff there. So you have a lot of confidence, some great form coming into this event. Kind of tell us a little bit about your origins into the sport, because, you know, I never really knew too much about you before the Junior World Championships and the over 21 World Championships. Maybe 1 or 2 tournaments I might have seen you when you were like very, very small. But yeah, tell us your story.
I started skiing at 4. Like with Tony Miranda. He's the husband of my mom. So I started skiing with him when I was 4. Then I didn't compete that much. I was like training a lot, no tournaments. And then back in 2011, I started skiing much. Then 2018, I started competing like in tournaments. And then I went to Worlds. To under 17 Worlds in Spain in 2019.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started like competing in much tournaments, and then this one was my first big tournament, like a really big tournament, the under 17 Worlds. Okay,
so you represent Chile, which is now really starting to become a world power in the sport of tournament water skiing. You're smiling there in so much as to confirm that statement, you know. But it's been a long road for the Chileans to get to this point where people are starting to say, Chile, yeah, they're a strong team. You know, kind of give us a little bit of an overview of what the Chilean program is like and what steps it's taken to get from where it was to where it is now.
We started like a bunch of kids like skiing a bit, and then in 2020 we went like for 6 months to USA like for training, like with Tony and Pipe, and then they made a really good group, like with very good friends. So we're super good friends between us, and we can ski like pretty good. Like Chile's looking very, very very good for the next years.
Okay, so let's go into the specifics of your tournament skiing. Obviously, the best event you do out of your overall package is the tricks event. Kind of give us an idea of what your runs look like, you know, and if you've got anything special planned for the World Championships if you make it through to the 12 skier final.
Yeah, I just changed my run. My best run is 11,100. But now I changed it and it is 11,710. So 11,710 points. So
you didn't go into the specifics. Are there tricks that you want? Which tricks are you going to take out and replace with what other tricks to make that happen?
I'm gonna take out the wake 5 back and wake 5 front, and I'm gonna put the ski 5 back and ski 5 front.
Oh yes, okay. That sounds definitely a little bit more like it. You know, a lot a lot is spoken about the tricks events and its resurgence. There's a lot more eyes looking at the tricks event, and it's gaining in popularity. Do you feel that way, or do you think that tricks as an event still has a long way to go to kind of to dispel any of the properties that keep it from being having its profile raised?
Yeah, like trick is going like super high, like very quick, but it still have a long way to go to like be at the same level as slalom. Like there's like 10 pro tournaments a year in slalom, and there's like 2 or 3 of tricks. So it's still a long way, but it's getting there.
Okay, so you're looking for passes over 11,000 points, and you're the junior world tricking champion. What are your immediate goals? I mean, obviously you're at the World Championships here, so obviously getting to the top of the ladder is the ultimate goal. But realistically, what are you looking to gain from these championships in the tricks event?
In tricks, I'm hopefully to get a top 10. A top 10 will be very, very good. But still, like I wanna be like top 7 or top 5.
Okay, that's some pretty lofty ambitions indeed. Your next best event is jump. You made it. Where did you place in jump in the junior world?
I placed 9th.
You placed 9th. Yeah. Things kind of got a little bit out of hand there in the final, didn't they?
Yeah, the conditions were not that good, so I was not jumping that good. And in the prelims, I jumped pretty good. I finished 4th with jumping at 54.1. Mm-hmm. And that jump was pretty good. In the finals, I jumped like 49 meters, so it was not that great.
Yeah. I mean, there was a huge drop off between what you did in the elimination rounds and the finals. But I mean, how important is it to have someone like Toti Miranda help you with the jump event? Because I mean, this guy has like won professional titles at like the Malibu Open and at the Pan American level, and I mean, he's medaled in a number of good events now. So how important is it for you to get his experience and make you better?
He's great. He's always teaching me new things every day. He's like getting my mind set up for a next competition, like for Worlds. He's like telling me have fun, but go hard. Like he's always giving me just a tip every day, like and change everything.
Now, I don't know about you, but I mean, I see Toti Miranda walk around, get prepared for his seeing him smile and actually have fun is a rarity. I mean, he kind of has that real serious demeanor about him. But you're telling me that that kind of disguise is what he actually is,
No, yeah, he's serious. He's a serious guy, but like when he always wants to have fun, like he has fun, but he's seriously like he always want to be like good and like perform good. So if he doesn't do well, he's like pushing hard to another tournament to push it to be better and better. Okay,
I can definitely understand that. So going along, the other coach he is the head coach. It was kind of brought out of retirement, wasn't he, Tanguy Benet? How important has he been in your preparation for these championships and maybe the tournaments before?
No, yeah, he's a great. He was with me back in 2018. He was with me in Chile, so he taught me a lot of things. Then he came back now this year with us for Worlds, and he's getting me like he's working more in my head, like to keep focus and don't get like stress and all that thing. So he's teaching me a lot of things. He's very important for the team because he makes like the team feel like more confident for these Worlds.
Okay, so let's just say you're on the dock and in slalom, which out of the 3 events you obviously need to pick up points on, because compared to tricks and jump, you actually didn't make it through to the slalom final in the Junior World Championship. So I mean, not necessarily it wasn't necessarily a bad thing so far as the overall, because you actually eventually won it. But obviously, you want to pick up a slalom. Let's just say that you're about to go on the water for slalom, and I'm guessing Tanguy is going to be right there next to you before you get into the water. Typically, what kind of magic words or things does he have to say to you before you do that?
He always say like, have fun, and like he always say like, impress everyone. Like, do the best of you can and try to impress everyone.
Okay, I can definitely gel with that. I mean, it's a little bit more simplistic than I expected, but then again, some of the best coaching in the world is based upon simple principles, right?
Yes, he's very clear in what he want to do. He's like short verses, and he always say like, do one thing, and he's very like short of words.
Okay, so let's break out a little bit from Tanguy to the entire Chilean team a little bit. We obviously mentioned Totti in a little bit, but I mean, not only is there the Chilean team, but there's a whole bunch of Chilean skiers that have utilized the wildcard. I think actually, with the possible exception of the United States, the Chileans have more wildcards than almost every other nation coming into this championship. So, is there anyone else that kind of stands out for you a little bit, both in the team and among the wildcards coming into these World Championships?
Yeah, of course, there is Valentina Gonzalez. Like, he's pretty good. And Agustin Navarez, like, he won under 17 and under 21 Worlds in jump.
Mm-hmm.
So they're two, like, both great jumpers and great overallistic. So they're pretty good. Also, Totti is it's like, he's going to hopefully jump far.
And we're kind of missing Felipe from these championships. He's injured in Chile right now.
Yes, he's injured. He's resting. Like, he has to rest for like about 2 months, like to start skiing again.
Okay, now whether you were a wild card for Chile or whether you're on a team, obviously there are challenges making it to these championships, but you know, in these championships, the challenges were even greater with COVID. Kind of give us a sense of how that has been handled in Chile and what kind of things needed to happen for yourself and others from that country to make it here.
Yeah, the COVID stuff, it's like a kick in
Kicking the you-know-what.
Yes, yeah, for everyone. But, like, in Chile, what we're doing, like, we live in the lake, so I'm inviting my friends to stay with me, like, to train there, to, like, we can train the lake with a group. And then that we came to USA in April, so we were training here from April to now, like, to be 100% for Worlds.
Okay, so the majority of the time between April and now, you've stayed in pretty much within the United States, and so there was no question whether you were able to transfer out of Chile in here in the ensuing months. So is that right?
Yes, that's right.
Okay, so and I guess one of the last questions is how is the sport of tournament water skiing perceived in Chile? Because obviously there's world champions from Chile, not only yourself but also Felipe in the past, and a lot of other skiers have won medals and stuff like that. So are your performances and all of that kind of stuff reflected in national newspapers, on television, and all that kind of stuff? Kind of give us a sense of what that's like in Chile.
Oh yeah, like in Chile, it's everything like soccer. But always there, like when I was world champion, like it came for the news, like for television and radio and all that stuff. So it's fun. Like if you do like a good job, like the news is gonna be there. Like you're gonna go out in the news and everything.
All right, then. So, and also one other tournament that comes up within the next few years is the Pan American Games, which is going to be in
2023 in Chile, in Santiago.
Wow, that's going to be a tournament and a half, because the Pan American Games is like the biggest thing that goes on in Latin America, aside from Copa Libertadores or the CONMEBOL Championship and all anything soccer, as you said. But I mean, the next biggest thing is the Pan American Games. So you're obviously keeping an eye on that. So what would it mean to you to represent Chile at the Pan American Games?
Oh, it will be very, very like I will be very honored to represent Chile for that game. But it's gonna be tough because there is only four spots for a lot of kids who are skiing very good. Like I know, like Pipe, Vale, Todi, Ago. All of them are skiing pretty good, and there's only 4 spots for a lot of skiers.
So the value of you being an overall skier kind of helps a little bit in that regard, yes?
Yes, because there's Pipe, so it's not doesn't help that much, but it does help. Yeah.
All right then. So we'll round off this podcast. Thank you very much for joining in. Is there anything you'd like to say by way of a shout out to your parents or to anyone that supported you at this time? Microphone is yours if you want to do that.
Just thanks to all my parents, all my family who has been there, always supporting me from when I was little. So thank you very much.
All right, then. That was Martin Labra. I've been Tony Lightfoot. This is the latest edition of the TWBC Podcast. And until next time, it is ciao for now.
Thank you for listening to the TWBC Podcast. Be sure to check out our website at waterskibroadcasting.com. Links to our presence on major social media platforms can be found there, as well as updates to our webcast and this podcast. Duplication or rebroadcasting of this broadcast without written consent of TWBC is prohibited. Subscribe to us on your favorite podcast platform and be sure to join us next time for the next edition of the TWBC Podcast.